Welcome to DML Discovery Metal Legion. Happy New Year everyone. We've entered 2023 and today we're focusing on the last month of 2022. Granted, there is no black or death metal albums of December spin-off video. We're basically combining all the metal albums that were fantastic over December. There were some really good metal albums. Just searing black metal, amazing alternative metal as well. You got some deathcore, you got some just so many different varieties of metal over the past December. A lot of people weren't expecting to get a good month in December since December is rather slow. So that's why I'm combining the ultimate best metal albums of December 2022. So before I start, pop your favorite metal albums of December if you have heard them down below. And you know the drill, let's get on with it. So coming in at number 10 is Abysmal Lord and the album Bestiary of Immortal Hunger. This album is a batshit crazy album. Now the introduction reminds me of like the Undertaker's entrance, to be honest. Okay, if you watch wrestling, you know that the Undertaker walks with the entrance of the bells tolling. And yeah, what can I say? This is a batshit crazy black and death metal album. Some great songs like Glowing Baphomet. The vocals are so damn demonic and just really aggressive. Really good guitar work, amazing production as well that creates this old old school death metal aesthetic. Carcass of the Living God is an absolute banger, along with Towering Leviathan. They do incorporate a lot of elements of black metal, but a good mix between death metal as well. Overall, this is a very good December album. It's easily one of the best death metal albums of December. So this was released on December 30th, 2022 through Hell's Headbangers Records. So overall, what a great album this was. Next up, we head over to Australia, my neck of the woods, we're going to talk about Krvna and their album For Thine is the Kingdom of the Flesh. If you like stuff like vampirism, overall lyrics, you're going to really enjoy this. This album was released on December 12th, 2022 through Third Eye Temple. And I'll tell you what an absolute fantastic album this is. They do play around with a lot of atmosphere, some really good shimmering guitar work, and the percussion is absolutely fantastic. Strong blast beats, and it's very aggressive black metal. Great songs like Gestament, Ablaze is an absolute banger. Nevada Vidi is a great song as well, In the Absence of God. Believe it or not, each track runs over 7 minutes, and it is a pretty consistent length album. Around about 44 minutes. It's a very good black metal album, but would it make it to my best black metal albums of 2022? I'm not too sure, to be honest. But yeah, Krvna, For Thine is the Kingdom of the Flesh, is a very good black metal album. Next up is Darko US and the album Deathmask Part 2. This is a really good metalcore album, to be honest. The breakdowns hit very hard on this. Like Hybrid Process featuring Landon Tellers is a magnificent song. The breakdown throughout Future Doom and the cool electronic elements. The Fly and the Bee is a great song as well. And Lone Exo to end off the album is really good. You got Unmasked as well featuring Matt McDougall. What a great song that is. I just love how the breakdowns hit very hard on this. Some really good elements of deathcore and even elements of metalcore as well. Some really good layers within the guitar, and the overall drumming is fantastic. Production is crispy clean, what you want from metalcore. Very good songwriting. The lyrics really hit hard as well. And yeah, Darko US Deathmask Part 2 is a very good LP, so definitely check it out. And now we fly over to Germany with some atmospheric black metal. We got none other than Geistlicht and the album Fading Light. This was released on December 9th, 2022 through an independent record label, and overall this is fantastic. This reminds me a bit of Dimmu Borgir and even Aamongandr. Some really good symphonic elements, some aggressive black metal as well. The vocals fade in between the instrumentals, and overall the layering, the production is really good. The Wisdom of the Dead is a fantastic song. Full Moon to kick off the album is amazing. Got some cool instrumentals called I Keep Beyond Harrowing Skies, which has those awesome orchestral elements. It has a gothic vibe as well, and overall it's a very good black metal album for December. Everlasting Obscurity and Fading Light to end off the album. What a fantastic, really good black metal album Geistlicht's Fading Light is. And overall, look at that album cover. The album cover looks so mystical and mysterious, and this is a very mystical and mysterious album sound-wise as well. Love how sonically pleasing this album is. Geistlicht are a German black metal band hailing from Hamburg, and I'll tell you what, it was just terrific. The band members are apparently unknown, but who knows, we are apparently, they also released Hidden in the Mist in 2022 as well, which I unfortunately missed. But Geistlicht, Fading Light is a great orchestral symphonic epic black metal album. Next up is Woods of Desolation and the album The Falling Tide. We got two Australian bands already in the best December metal albums list, and it's not biased or anything, it's just that Woods of Desolation are a fantastic band hailing from Wollongong in New South Wales. They produced a really good atmospheric post-black metal album. Great guitar work on this, really enjoyed the drum fills on this, some odd time signatures, and overall it's a very feel-good and at times majestic album to listen to. Overall, Far From Here is a great song with a cool guitar riff, Beneath a Sea of Stars with the bass work. Like the bass throughout this album is quite prominent, and it's a very good production. Released on December 9th, 2022 through Season of Mist Underground Activists, we saw some fantastic elements of atmospheric black metal on this, and elements of post-black metal as well. The Passing is a great song, which is overall an instrumental, and you got Animæ as well to end off the album. Overall, it's a very good atmospheric post-black metal album, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. A lot of depression, you're in solitude, it's very melancholy. At times there are elements of doom metal on there, slow guitar riffs, and it's quite a sorrowful but expressive album. So a well dynamic approached album. This Australian black metal band produced a really good album called The Falling Tide. Check it out. Next up we go over to deathcore. This band is called Despite Exile and the album Wound. So this was released on December 2nd, and this is a very good deathcore album. Easily one of the better deathcore albums of this year. The guitar work is really good on this with the overall production, but they do have some strong blackened vibes on this. And there are some really nice clean vocals for After Deluge. Those cool gentler riffs throughout this album as well, like songs like Lament, Golden Shards, and Hymn of Failure really hits hard. Solos are absolutely fantastic. There's a lot of breakdowns on this, but they don't overstay its welcome, and in my opinion it's 100 times better than Lorna Shore, to be honest. It really is a new album, Pain Redefined or something. But yeah, Wound by Despite Exile is quite an emotional album sonically, and the overall guitar work is just really good on this. And not to mention, there's a lot of symphonic elements, a lot of synthesizers that build, that they create this epic and majestic blackened feeling, which creates this atmosphere which you kind of want for deathcore. Easily one of the best deathcore albums. Like, I'm not really a big fan of deathcore. Would like to explore more deathcore in 2022, but Despite Exile by Wound really blew my socks off because I love how sonically pleasing this album was. Check out Wound by Despite Exile if you like that blackened deathcore, because there certainly are elements of black metal on this, especially the bombastic blast beats you were getting, the cool tremolo riffs as well, and even like the vocals at times can sound a bit black metal. But yeah, this is a really good black and symphonic deathcore album. And ladies and gentlemen, this band has done it again. Deha released another album on December 31st, New Year's Eve. We got Deha, Mortem, Animæ. Alright, so how can I explain this album? Imagine Zasva, the old Zasva, and imagine Leviathan, the old Leviathan. We're talking about 10th Sublevel Suicide Production. It come together and create an album. This is what this album this is what it would sound like. This is easily one of the rawest black metal albums I've heard in 2022. The guitar work is dizzying as anything. It's very muddy, it's very distant within the mix, especially the vocals. The overall production is very good for what it is, and it's just raw black fucking metal. It really is. Intemporary and Genocide, what a great song that is. And the Four Walls of Madness, the dizzying riffs you are getting, this will easily put you to sleep. Discordant Reflections, songs like Atonal Lullabies, wow, what an amazing song that is. The Fortunate Isolation, yeah, the Four Walls of Madness would have to be my favorite fucking song off the album. Such really cool vocals on this. Deha just again shines, and I can't believe he released an album on December 31st. Why couldn't he release an album on the 1st of January so I could talk about this album this month? But Deha, Mortem, Animæ, what a great fucking album. This is like his 20th album since 2018, and Deha again kicks goals with this. Easily one of his rawest black metal albums he's ever done, to be honest. This is great. If you like Zasva, if you like Leviathan, the older style Leviathan and Zasva, you're gonna enjoy Mortem Animæ, that's for sure. And ladies and gentlemen, we go from raw black metal to alternative metal. We got Lord of the Lost and the album Blood and Glitter.
Blood and glitter, sweet and bitter, we're so happy we could die.
Just German alternative metal band, even metalcore band, have really kicked goals on this album. This is a surprise album by Lord of the Lost. After creating such a fantastic concept album called Judas in 2021, they surprised us with Blood and Glitter. Overall lyrics hit hard, and definitely it's a pretty political driven album as well, talking about all the hate that Lord of the Lost are getting at the moment, and overall it's just sonically it's such a pleasing album. This is easily one of the best metal albums of December, and I fucking love it. Songs like Blood and Glitter, how catchy is that song? There are harsher vocals throughout. Leave your hate in the comments. Leave your hate in the comments. Such a fun song. Yeah, Marcus Bishop on The Future of Past Life, which is easily one of the heaviest Lord of the Lost songs they've ever done. This album can get quite heavy, it can get quite gritty, but it also can get quite blissful and beautiful as well. And Chris Harm's vocals are just absolutely fantastic. It's like a mix of Rammstein vocals at times. The way he commands his vocals throughout this album is absolutely fantastic. His aggressive vocals are so damn good as well. But yeah, he just at times reminds me of Till Lindemann. And overall, the album by Lord of the Lost, Blood and Glitter, is a really good LP for 2022. Would it make my best metal albums of 2022? I'm not too sure. I'm actually not too sure, but I gotta say that Judas was easily one of my favorite albums of 2021, and Lord of the Lost surprised us with Blood and Glitter. Yeah, I don't know, man, it's sonically pleasing, this album. It's got some really cool 70s vibes, some cool synth work on this. One last song is fantastic, Forever Lost, Save Our Souls, and even a cover of The Look. What can I say? Destruction Manual's pretty heavy song. Lord of the Lost, Blood and Glitter, fun album overall, strong politically driven album as well. definitely check out Blood and Glitter Lord of Lost if you like alternative metal. If you like alternative metal with a hint of metalcore, definitely check it out. And now we fly over to Ukraine now. We're talking about Hate Forest and the album Innermost. Released through Osmos Productions, released on December 21st, 2022. Hate Forest really kicked goals on this. Easily one of my favorite Hate Forest albums to date. Those Who Howl Inside the Snowstorm, what a fantastic song that is. The riffs throughout Solitude and Starry December as well. By Full Moon's Light alone, The Step of Throne can be seen as an absolute banger. It's quite an atmospheric black metal album. The vocals are more on the death metal aesthetic. The vocals are very unique in my opinion. It's just really dark, atmospheric black metal with a lot of melodicism to be honest. And yeah, there's some really cool melodies on this. This is easily one of my favorite black metal albums of the year. I have talked to you about Hate Forest on my other video, and yeah, it's a very good black metal album for 2022, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And ladies and gentlemen, we now fly over to Finland, and this is my favorite metal album of December 2022. This is easily one of the most fun black metal albums of the year, to be honest. It's Satanic Warmaster and the album Aamongandr. What can I say? This is fantastic. I've heard this album countless times now. Released on December 30th, 2022 through Werewolf Records. And I'll tell you what, this album just kicks goals after goals. The riffs on this, the cool melodies, the vocals are so damn good. This is, I love driving to this. I really do. I love driving the car and listening to this album and jamming this album from start to finish. Duke's Ride's amazing. Baphomet with the cool melodies. The Eye of Satan is fun as well. Bebas X Amon just bleeds and burns, and especially the guitar work on this is just absolutely magnificent. And not to mention the fucking album cover with the werewolf, just buffed up steroid werewolf. Satanic Warmaster Aamongandr is easily one of my favorite black metal albums of the year, that's for sure. And I gotta say, it's easily the best black metal album of December, the best metal album of December, to be honest. This is such a fun album, really melodic, really catchy as well. And yeah, I absolutely adored it. So Satanic Warmaster Aamongandr is my #1 December metal album, the ultimate December metal album video of 2022. So yeah, that's it guys, that's it. We have ended 2022 and now we're moving forward to 2023. Granted, there's gonna be albums released this week, and you know I will review some of these albums. Let me know in the comments below your favorite December metal albums. Let me know if you're gonna check out Lord of Lost as well, Blood and Glitter, because overall I think it was a really good album. And let me know if you're gonna check out my #1 album, Satanic Warmaster Aamongandr. Keep discussion going in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.